Welcome friends to another Wheel of Time video. We are going to examine the origins of the Aiel, how they came to be the mysterious group we find them to be in the first novel. Let's get straight into it. During the Age of Legends, a previous turning of the wheel, Dacian Aiel served the Aes Sedai, an order of female and male channelers, and followed the way of the Leaf, a pacifist code of honour. The Dacian stood out with their red hair and work uniforms. They were friendly and would go out of their way not to harm someone. The very idea appalled them. A single Aes Sedai would usually have many Dacian serving them. If two serving a single female channeler became married, they would try and transfer to the services of a single Aes Sedai so they could spend time with each other. Then the breaking of the world happened, a period when male Aes Sedai destroyed a lot of the world with their power after the Dark One had tainted their half of the One power, and it drove them mad. The Aes Sedai servants were given a great task by Cylinder Sedai. This was to take to a safe place a vast collection of Angreal, Sa Angreal and Te Angreal, basically powerful magical weapons, to keep them out of the grasp of those who would misuse them, and also so they would be around for future generations. Wagons in their thousands were loaded, and in the south of the Westlands a raid happened, and some of the Aiel, led by Sulwyn, decided they would not obey the task set by the Aes Sedai. Perhaps the danger was getting to them, and so they abandoned their relics, but went to find a place of safety for themselves and their songs. These people are stripped of their rights to name themselves Aiel. They become known as the Tuathan. They are travellers and singers in the present of the first book, and they still follow the way of the Leaf. They are allowed to pass through the Aiel wastelands where they currently live, as the Aiel shun them and still want nothing to do with them. The Aiel split again when 4 members of the group killed to defend themselves when rescuing 2 daughters who had been taken from them by raiders. A member of this group, called Lewin, had grabbed a spear during the rescue and killed one of the raiders. Upon returning to the Aiel camp, those in the rescue group were told to hide their faces and that they were no longer Aiel. They had broken part of the covenant with the Aes Sedai and killed. As time passed, and perhaps the world became more dangerous, more joined the group who had killed in self-defense. The violent Aiel and the Gen Aiel, who still held to the pacifist ways, stayed together, with the violent group protecting the Gen Aiel. Though they protested at this, they made their way across the spine of the world and settled in a place that in the first Wheel of Time book is called the Aiel Waste. The Aiel encountered people there who became known as the Caer, and they gave the Aiel water for free. It was the first time the Aiel had met another group of people who had not attacked or cheated them. Later, the Caer were given safe passage across the Aiel wastes. In the environment of the wastes, the Gen or Truth Aiel dwindled in number and founded a city, Rudian, where they created a Te Angreal that could teach future generations the true history of the Aiel. Those who prospered became the modern Aiel. Only their leaders now recall that they once served the Aes Sedai, and the pacifist code is now only shown with their unwillingness to touch a sword and only use a spear. What many clan chiefs now believe is that they were sent into the wastes as punishment by the Aes Sedai for failing them. This will change when the Dragon Reborn finds them. Now friends, I turn this over to you. What do you think to the Aiel origins? Does it match what they are in the timeline of the books? Have you wandered into the Aiel wastes? Comment down below.